Hey y'all, I know it's been forever. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, I am showing you the preview of the look I did. It is a neutral makeup look. I went with more of a chocolate scheme with a little pop of pink. I just felt like it was a good feel, to start back. So here we are. We're about to start this tutorial. Okay. Welcome back. Like I was saying before, pretty much I'm just preparing to do these old tiny sparse brows because we need brows that are just popping, right? So I'm using a dark brown Sunny liner pencil. I got it from my local beauty supply store, and because I have thin sparse brows, I figured, if I'm going to do a bold look, bold neutral type look, that I want my brows to have a little more sharpness, depth to them. So pretty much right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm filling them in. And I'd use this as well as the NYC dark brown pencil. So that's what I'm doing. Filling both little thin brows in. And while that's going on, I just want to announce that I am pregnant. That is why I've been gone forever. But nevertheless, I am back. And I'm going to try to do better on my YouTube channel. So, that's pretty much it. That's what's been going on. It's just been Ghost trying to get me right and, expecting the baby soon. So I'll have a video about that for you guys. So thanks for the support. Thanks for hanging in with me. I appreciate it. Next, we're going to use the LA Pro Girls Concealer in Beautiful Bronze. And I'm going to sculpt both brows with them. The brush that I'm using is like a no-name concealer brush I got from Amazon. And I just choose to always either use Beautiful Bronze or Toffee by LA Pro Girls Concealer to fill in my brows. That's why I'm winded, y'all, because I'm pregnant. So excuse me if I say I'm winded. But, yeah, just kind of to give that pop. And I don't use a shadow to highlight under my brow. So that's why I also chose to do the LA Pro Girls Concealer in either Beautiful Bronze or Toffee. And at the end, sometimes I'll go over it with Fawn. So that's pretty much it. Just doing the brows and bringing the color on down. Cover all that pigmentation I got going on in my eyes from not resting and stuff. So, yep, that's pretty much it. And still just pulling the product down. Now I'm covering my lids with that same concealer so you can have an even base to work with. Now you can use a concealer to, use as your eyeshadow base and apply your shadows. But of course, because of me, I like to have long lasting, no creasing in my eyeshadow look. I choose to add more to it. So, I'm going to now conceal the top of my brows. I'm sculpting them. And, as I sculpt them, I like to try to make a straight line and then over the arch. I don't, go into it and just sculpt the brow because, that's how you mess up. In my opinion, I just mess up that way. So, I just kind of play around with my arch until I get it to the way I need it. And my brows do naturally grow this way. Oh, yep, making the arch a little deeper right now. And making the tail a little more skinnier. Now I'm taking my Sigma brush. It's a single brush I bought. Didn't come in a set. And Brown Script by MAC. And that is going to be my transition shade. Transition shade kind of just blend everything out. But before, which I didn't catch in the video, I set the concealer in the the concealer in the NYX white eyeshadow base. I set it with high definition elf powder. So I did that before I put the transition color in, and now I'm putting in a chocolate. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Nudes palette to just deepen my crease. I want it to have more of a, the contour, the depthness to it. I want my eye to have that play of more space. Excuse me. So I'm using a crease brush from Elf. You can purchase it for $1 at Walmart. and just blending with circular motions. And now I'm going into the Naked palette. No, now I'm going into the Bobbi Brown palette. That was the Naked. My husband edited this, y'all. So I think he kind of did some backwards editing. But anyway, nevertheless, now I'm going into the depthness of the back of my eye, the outer V, and I'm giving the eye more of a depthness to it by using the Bobbi Brown palette. The chocolate shade in it is an awesome palette, very pigmented. It only takes a little, it goes a long way. And the crease color was actually out the Naked palette, the chocolate color. And of course, my husband had to put Time to Beat the Face. So now I'm going into my actual routine that I do on my face. As you can see, my face is crazy right now because the pregnancy has broken out. I've been using a couple new things in my skincare routine. I'm just kind of watching my face to see what happened. And later on, I'll do a video for y'all on skincare and how I'm getting rid of this baby pregnancy acne. My skin has never broken out so bad. So, nevertheless, I'm using Rimmel's Fix and Perfect Primer. I use that on the days that I know that I'm not really, I'm doing a late kind of face. So, and the foundation that I'm using is Ruby Kisses in Ebony. It's a semi-matte foundation. It is awesome. Matches my skin tone. And I'm using a face buffing brush. It's a no-name brush I got off Amazon to buff the foundation in the skin. Give it a more airbrush finish. So I'm just going all up and over my face. And I go between my brows because that's how I get the gradient effect in my brows. I use a beauty blender, I use a brush to go in the front and just kind of dab in front of each brow to give it that effect that I want to have, that it looks like a natural brow. Now I'm taking foundation with a beauty blender because I don't like the halo brow look. And I'm blending around my brows so they can be more natural looking. We don't want halo brows, right? So, yeah, that's what I'm doing, blending it out. Now I'm using LA Pro Girls Concealer in Fawn. And I'm using this because I want a bright highlight. And what I like to do, because I want my nose slimmer, because of course I'm pregnant. And I want a small nose. I don't want my nose to spread. So I take the concealer and kind of carve out a slight triangle. And I started in my nose and just kind of go outward. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm cutting the eyeshadow. 2 ways you can do eyeshadow application. You can use a concealer to cut it to give it that sharpness. Or you can use tape. I prefer to use concealer. It's just easier that way for me. And I'm using Van Nuys Banana Powder and Topaz mixed together to set the concealer on my face with a beauty blender. The beauty blender helps prevent creasing as well as it sets and it gives that airbrush look. So at this point, I then highlighted my little nose, my cupid's bow area, and my chin. And I blend them in. Now I'm contouring. I'm using BH Cosmetics All Complexion Foundation in Deep Ebony to contour with as a chocolate gal. It is very hard to find something to contour with. So the best that I found thus far is this foundation. And I also use the Level 17 3D Face Creator by Ruby Kisses to contour as well for my chocolate beauties out there that may have a problem finding something that to contour with. These are great shades to use to cream, contour, and then set after you liquid cream or whatever you want to call it, contour. I'm contouring down my nose because remember, we're trying to get that small, pinched, cute little nose, even though everybody always say, your nose is already small. Well, I'm telling you, our pregnancy will sometimes blow that nose up, honey, so we got to snatch it back. the power of makeup. Now I'm using Ben Nye Ebony powder to blend the contour in to buff it in the skin. I'm using an angle brush I got in the Ipsy bag about almost 2 years ago. I got this brush. Just kind of deepening it. I'm not sucking my jaws in. I'm pressing it against my skin so I can find my jawline, so I can give deep depthness into the contour to make it more sharper, more prominent. Now I'm going around the perimeter of my forehead, and I'm bending down getting the powder, y'all. It's on a little palette. So that's what I'm doing. I'm contouring down my cupid's bow so it can be more prominent, and when I do my lips, you can see the cupid's bow more sharp when you contour in your cupid's bow. Just to let you ladies know, I'm using a pink blush in the e.l.f. Quad palette in dark. And I will tell you, when you put blush on, please blend it in with your contour, ladies, as well as bring it back a little bit. Don't just leave it in the front, because blush is supposed to give that flush appearance. So that's the appearance I'm trying to give off. Just blending it with a, I think the brush is from Face Secrets, a company called Face Secrets, if I'm not mistaken. When I was in esthetician school, they gave us a set of brushes. So I think this is that brush that I'm using right now. I'm taking Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle to do my highlight. When I tell you guys I love to highlight the heck up on my face, and I use this to do that. And now I'm taking e.l.f.'s liquid liner. I'm more of a fan of NYC liner than e.l.f.'s. I just ran out of NYC. I gotta purchase me some more. But I'm just carving out my wing liner. And also you can use that line from your highlight to draw your wing. So that's another good reason it's good to use your concealer, because you can use that as a guide to draw your wing. Just, you know, a tip for you ladies and gents that are watching. Now I'm taking e.l.f.'s cream gel liner, and I'm going to put it in my waterline. I was filming this tutorial at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was late. And I'm going to clean up that little mess on my left side of my wing in just a second. I'm just using a BH Cosmetics eyeliner brush to put the liner in my waterline. Going back in that Bobbi Brown palette, getting that chocolate color to set the eyeshadow. Set the cream gel liner, I'm sorry. And if you hear music in the background, it's my daughter watching TV, I'm sorry. Now I'm taking an angle brush I got in the e.l.f. palette, and I took that fine concealer and cleaned up my wing a little bit more so it can be more sharp, more prominent. Lining my lips with a dark brown liner. Now notice when I sprayed my Ben Nye, it left 2 drops that dried. So of course, me being a perfectionist I am, I'm going to figure out a way to get it out so you won't see it in my contour. Now I'm putting on my lashes. These are some mink lashes I got off eBay. I don't know the name of them. They were just mink lashes, and you can reuse them. They're very soft, very pretty, not too heavy on the eye. And I use Duo white glue that dries clear to apply them with some pink tweezers from Sephora. And I got a pimple in my eyebrow that I'm looking at right now that I didn't even notice in the when I was doing the video, which is so crazy. Oh, Lord, the joys of pregnancy. So now I am getting trying to see what lip I'm using. ColourPop's Lumiere, if I'm saying it right, matte lipstick to put on my lips. I felt like it was subtle, pretty, complemented the blush. The eye was, you know, subtle, so I figured to give a little pop to the look to do that and kind of just, you know, put my lips together, get that more ombre feel to it. And then now I'm like, oh, my hair, I need to fix my hair before I wrap the tutorial up. Now I'm, you know, I was trying to let the lashes dry a little longer, but I didn't want the tutorial to be lengthy, so I'm using e.l.f.'s lengthening mascara to give my eyelashes some pop. And now I'm taking, I went back in that Bobbi Brown's Nude palette and used the lightest color they had. I don't know the name of it. And I put it in my tear ducts to give the look a little more shine, a little pop, open my eyes a little more, being that the eyeshadow was a little dark. And I'm sealing my brows with e.l.f.'s Clear Gel. I'm so obsessed with this gel liner. I mean, not gel liner, clear gel. Just showing you the finished result. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, goodbye. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. We will be doing more tutorials. Try to do better with this. I love doing YouTube. It's just editing takes a little time, but I love it. And I hope you guys love the look. Follow me on Instagram at Angelic Faces by Miss Love. I'm on Facebook under Angelic Faces. And thank you. Have a good one. Be blessed.